Welcome to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Allison Bedell.
Test, sibilance, check.
Hey, check.
Motherfucker.
Shit, balls, ass.
Cock and balls.
Okay, so the sound checks are done, and you are listening to Hammer and Nails podcast. I'm Allison Bedell.
Hey, I am Skip Bedell, and with us we have the world famous, the lovely, the super intelligent contractor, Kayleen McCabe.
That's the coolest intro ever. The crowd goes wild.
Kayleen is known for the DIY network show Rescue Renovation.
Love that show.
5 seasons in.
Yes.
So cool.
So,
Thank you.
Also, I just wanted to remind everybody, we're here at the Wisconsin Home Show that we've been telling everybody about for weeks now, but Skip's also going to be at the Nassau County Home Show, Hofstra, on April 9th.
Are you like chewing?
I was just eating an apple to help my acid from that shitty coffee.
What is that?
So I'm just trying to get the apple
that?
out of my teeth. So I just want to remind everybody about that. And also remind everybody that if you're listening to this right now, hammerandnailspodcast.com is our website. So we're going to be changing servers to remind everybody again. So if you have trouble...
Server change.
Yeah, so if you have any trouble finding or like if the podcast isn't coming up where it's supposed to be... Right. We have any technical difficulties. We actually had technical difficulties on Friday's release that took like a whole day to get resolved.
Right.
So
was there like that tone, like beep?
No, it just didn't come up. There was a
Oh.
couple on Corolla Digital that just didn't come up on iTunes for some reason. The RSS feed was all fucked up. So if you guys just take note of our podcast, that it is that it's always going to be at hammerandnailspodcast.com.
What takes more work, building a house or putting together a podcast?
Holy God! You know what? That's a really good question.
Real.
You know what? It is a lot of work putting together a podcast. We had a lot of help from Adam Carolla and the whole Corolla Digital Network, and those guys have been great. You know, they really helped us get this thing off the ground, and you know, it's been fun. But you're right; it's like so
but
much.
I've had to learn a whole new trade.
Yeah,
because I'm like literally
doing
editing.
You are producing, editing. Like when we get done recording this, then she'll like edit it down and master it,
I'll insert
and then like
sound bites.
you know, like send it to the server and put it out on the air for everyone to hear. So yeah, somehow you manage to do. Like I just get up and walk away.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm out later.
Everything website related and podcast related, I do it all. Plus my full-time job.
Holy cow.
Plus the television
Plus,
show.
you got to put out every once in a while because
Plus
you know. Let's face it.
him.
You know, you got some wifely duties, all right? You know, I have needs. All right, I have needs.
Yeah.
I need my social media status updated immediately.
Yeah, I do that
He does,
too.
oh yeah, every day. I'm like, did you like post that picture for me? And she's like, really?
Yeah, so I do it all. So I wanted to just get all those things out of the way. But also, there's a really cool history with Kayleen that we didn't know about until after we had met. Well, we actually met Kayleen about a year and a half ago.
That was the coolest. How much fun did we have on that thing?
That was a
Toronto.
fantasy ridiculous event. It was Toronto's dressed up as superheroes.
Haas Magazine calls us up and they're like, dude, we need you guys to come up to Toronto in California. I don't know what kind of call you got, but they're like, you guys got to come up here. It's going to be a 2-day thing. The first day, we're going to go into this green screen movie recording studio where you're going to do like all these special effects and fly you around on cables. We're going to dress you up like superheroes. You're going to have battle scenes with like other HGTV DIY network show hosts. And then on day 2, we're going to take you to a racetrack and you're going to get into a race suit and like race these high-speed go-karts. Like,
I thought it was a prank call at first. I was like, and then what? We're going to go to Disney World and then go to space? Sure.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, let me get this straight. You want to fly us up to Toronto and we're going to go and do... I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Let's go.
So after we Skip and I arrived fairly late because of us getting taken into customs. They suspected that we were some sort of terrorists,
God.
and
Listen.
we were like,
you two really look suspicious.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I did have at least like a half a kilo of
We must
some
have-
sort of
you know what it
illicit
was?
substance in my...
Your drywall compound.
Yeah, no.
We got
I had
to
like
that-
some spackle in my...
We got to the customs officer, and because we were going to do that photo shoot, and because they were paying for our stay there, and we didn't know where we were staying, so they were asking us, where are you staying? We're like, I don't know. They're like, well, how are you getting there? We're like, somebody's picking us up outside. Like, we didn't know anything about anything, and unfortunately, we were honest about it. It didn't occur to me to just give.
Well, no, you couldn't be like dishonest, because here's the thing: when you go through customs, especially in Canada, I mean, I've flown like all over the world. I've been to Europe, been down to the islands, everywhere, and every customs is like, they have their own thing. Some are harder than others. Some are like, yeah, man, have a good time, man.
That's really Jamaican, man.
Yeah, Jamaica's like,
hosers. Oh, it's going to be more like this, like hosers. Oh, sorry, Canadian.
Yeah. No, we got up there, and like some people told us, like, well, actually, I found this out for the first time because I was going to take a motorcycle trip a couple of years ago. We were going to ride up all the way to the top of New York, cross over the border into Canada, and ride up to like Thousand Islands and go off up into like,
Nova Scotia.
It was going to be like this 2-week bike trip, with a bunch of the guys that I ride with. We've gone all over the country on motorcycles. So, as it turns out, for whatever reason, we couldn't make that trip, but I get a call about maybe 3 or 4 days into the trip, and I'm like, oh man, those guys are probably having the best time, and I'm so fucking jealous, and I want to be on the bike, and Alice has gone every trip we take together. So they call up and they're like, dude, yeah, we're at the border. I'm like, what do you mean we're at the border? Like, yeah, we're at the Canadian border, and we're with, one of our friends. They were like, yeah, they're not letting him in. So like, there was like 8 of them, and 1 out of the 8 they didn't let in. So evidently they asked him questions like, have you ever been arrested? He's like, no. Have you ever had any like tickets or violations on your license? No. Nothing at all in the past ever. So evidently, if you say anything that doesn't add up to their check, now they will actually. All right, wait right here. Give us your license.
And they check at random.
They go a full check. So they go back and they get on the computer and they tap into like FBI shit. They found something like or like
ridiculous
traffic ticket. That he was like driving without on a suspended license from like 1989, and they're like, no, you lied to us, man. You're not coming in the country.
Wow.
Yeah. So when we were flying in to go and do the Toronto shoot for Haas Magazine, we're on this line, and like we're going in, and
everybody that was getting approved, they're like, okay, go there, go there, go there, and then we get to this guy and we give our honest answers, like, I don't know.
Well, no, because what he asked us was, a pretty simple question if you think about it. They're like, well, where are you staying while you're in Toronto? What's your business here? Are you here for business or pleasure?
That's what you
and we're
say,
like, no, we're here to shoot for this magazine cover. So like we got contacted by our agent, and like we don't do any of that. Like, we don't know. Well, who's picking you up? I don't know. Like, there's a car service outside the airport.
So we got pointed to the other door, the one that everybody else wasn't going to.
So where are you staying? You know what? Honestly, we didn't know. Like, we just had an itinerary that said, like, the limo's going to pick you up at the airport.
I think we should just stop telling the story and get into Kayleen.
They're going to take you to the shoot.
Already bored with it.
They're going to take you to the shoot, and then they're like, oh, you know what? How about go stand on that line over there? And like we realized we're like with the rejects.
No.
Not only that though, and this is no offense to any other like culture, but I'm just this was my observation. Out of about 100 people on a line waiting to be interviewed, we're last online and we're the only white people in the room.
Well, it didn't have anything to do with the color of that.
No, I'm just saying, they were checking all of the
especially on
foreigners.
airlines and all the security checks and everything. There's probably a lot of racial profiling that goes on. So if you're wearing
Plus
like a burqa.
But think about our job. Our job is ridiculous.
You're wearing a turban on your head.
Exactly.
Good chance.
If you're ticking a lot, if like fumes are coming out of your jacket, probably some signs. But
right.
The reality is, working in television and what we do, I constantly feel like I'm a spy.
Yeah.
I get a call and they're like, hey, you're going to get a plane ticket to here, pack a jacket, and we'll tell you the rest later.
Yeah.
And then you don't know where your car is at. You really don't know where you're staying. You don't know who your contact is. You do. You feel like you're a secret agent all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Canada, because really that shoot was such a blast. And let me tell you, holy smokes, Allison, you rocked.
Oh my God! Yeah, we had such a good time, right?
I wish we'd been able to keep those out.
We're gonna post some pictures for you guys, man, of that shoot. Like we had so much fun.
And it was the first time I'd met you both, and I was so intimidated. Like, you're gorgeous. You're like muscly. I was like, I just am feisty. I'm like, I'm gonna arm wrestle everybody.
You guys were already like getting into your outfits, and I think
we showed up
Sarah
late because we were like stuck
that
at customs, getting interrogated. They were ready to snap on the gloves and shit, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, so we spent the whole day shooting for this magazine cover. You and I did this like fake like we were pretending to like punch each other thing.
I was like kicking you in the head, and you were like karate chopping me in half.
Yeah, and it was all green screen. That was awesome. A lot of fun.
But I like you so much. I felt bad.
We should definitely post a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, we'll put up those pictures again from that.
Okay, I have behind the scenes one too. We should actually, the whole group. That has been one of those rare moments where we met everybody, and I tell you what, everybody on that photo shoot, I love.
Everybody. There was not a bad one in the bunch.
Exactly. Not
that one. That one guy was an asshole, but everybody else was really. You know what I'm talking about.
So to give you guys all like a quick breakdown of it, so like everybody that was there is the host of a TV show. Yeah. So there was like 8 or 9 or 10 of us. I don't know. All from HGTV DIY and also from our show, from Catch Contractor on Spike. So many of us had met for the first time. Some of you guys had met before at like, stuff like this, like trade shows or whatever.
I think there were only 2 groups or 2 different people who had met before. Beyond that, it was all strangers.
Right. And we all were like we knew each other forever.
Yeah, it was so cool. It was
remember the singing monkey that came to dinner?
Oh my God.
It was, I forgot about that. A guy came in a monkey suit. Oh, you know what it was? It was because it was James's birthday.
James Young.
No, it was because James
Young broke his arm.
Oh, he broke it. Yeah,
he broke his arm.
He dislocated a shoulder.
Yeah,
because he jumped off of that thing that we were all jumping off into the big.
Yeah, so we're in this studio, this green screen studio, where they make all these special effects shots for movies and stuff. They dress us up like superheroes. They got us jumping off like scissor lifts onto like stunt mats. They got us flying around on trampolines and shit, right? And if you guys see the pictures that we're going to post, they're all like, we took them in front of green screens, but they superimpose these images and the coolest shit. We had a 10-page spread in that magazine, plus the cover. Yep. So, how cool is that?
Skip, as the center of the cover, you completely
shirtless.
Exactly.
Muscle Man. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know what my superhero character was. They just call him Muscle Man.
Half naked man.
What were our?
Naked man.
I don't even know what our characters were because when I saw I was like, oh no.
Where's the rest
you
of it?
You had wings on, right? Didn't you have wings on?
I had white spandex and wings.
White biker shorts.
You had some feathery wings on. I thought it was like a Victoria's Secret, angels.
Thank God she got the white outfit.
Oh no! I told them to judiciously edit those photos.
Oh my God! All I know is you girls are running around in these crazy ass platinum leathers tights. I'm like, oh yes.
No, you guys were all
you're all so
pleather.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, well, this is fun.
We had a really good time. We all went out that night for that awesome dinner, and it was extremely expensive. And those were the biggest shrimp I've ever seen.
Oh my!
That's right.
And then we all went out.
Well, those even shrimp, or they were there was someone's arm. I don't know what the fuck that was.
They just kind of walked the.
There was some Canadian shrimp that were 6 inches long.
Hey, sorry, we had some beer and some cheese, huh?
Yeah, and then we did the races the next day in the go-karts. So you know what?
That was really cool.
You guys need to go to our website because, again, I had mentioned it a couple of podcast episodes ago that I posted this video of us racing and nobody had clicked on it. Apparently people are saying it's because of the algorithm on Facebook and some things they just don't see it unless they go directly to our timeline. So people go directly to our timeline and watch this video.
That?
It's really good.
We could have a whole, I'm being introduced to that algorithm actually. It's very, very interesting they want marketing dollars, which makes sense. You're a business. And so when you tag in certain ways, they will block who you filter to. And you aren't always, if you pay a bunch of money, you can access your full fan base. But really, folks, just go to their website, go to their Facebook page. Skip it, Allison. What is your Facebook page again?
Well, we have our own individual pages.
Who should I promote more right now?
Oh, yeah.
Hammer and Nails Podcast
has
the page.
Good.
That's a page. Yeah,
just go check it out every day.
We
because you guys, I mean, seriously, I will give you videos too. So your listeners should now check the page twice, 3 times a day. I think that's appropriate.
Absolutely.
Check
it.
Yeah, exactly. Just have it at the top of your news feed.
Yeah.
I mean,
thank you for schooling me on this.
Defriend everyone else and just have this as your friend. So it's the
there's really no need to look at any other content because we really, if you go onto our website, I mean, there's 150 videos. I mean, really, what more do you have time for?
Oh, you know what? Also on our website is the video of the behind the scenes for that shoot. It's on. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's a video.
Okay, this is awkward. I need to go to Hammer and Nails podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, and clearly go check out that video.
Yeah. And
what was the song we sang at the end? Do you remember? We're going to have a drink tonight.
We're going to have a drink right now.
Do-da, do-da.
We're going to have a drink right now.
Oh, do-da day.
Yeah, okay.
So we're a bunch of idiots singing that.
That was so funny. That was Chris Grundy, by the way. That was all Grundy because Grundy is funny as fuck.
What was the line that he said while we were sitting at the? Oh God, you guys started drinking a lot, and then he started doing this motion like this, like a choo-choo train.
No, hang on, I'm going to tell you right now. Grundy looks over at me, and we're like pounding shots of tequila and stuff. We're at the table, we're having a good old time. Everybody's having dinner and stuff. And by now, he is like he's in another place, and he looks over to me, and he's like, "There's about to be some really inappropriate shit
he goes
going
like this.
on.
Inappropriate shit." Coming right up!
Oh, that's what he said. Yeah. Coming right up! And he starts like moving his hands like a train. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, inappropriate shit coming right up! And I'm like, oh, God. From this point on, it's all fucking, it's all bad.
And what was so rare, and I genuinely cherish this moment, is that all of us came together, no egos.
Nah,
it was a bunch of hosts who were just kids at the best summer camp we have ever had.
That's what it was.
I remember that as the best time I've ever had with a group of people ever.
Yes.
Well, because being in television, I mean, you've been doing this for years, and it's like when you get around like TV people, especially, their ego is definitely a huge.
Hang on, I want to answer, but let me go do some push-ups.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, I'm back.
Yeah, everybody's a big star in their own mind, right? And when we got there, it was like everybody was just on this cool level playing field, and we were just all there to have fun, man. But let's face it, when you get into a green screen filming studio and they strap on some patent leather or some spandex,
Did you have like a bullet
No,
I
I was shirtless with a cape. I had a cape on. I had some spandex pants, a cape, and my tools were like a Milwaukee, bandsaw.
I'm gonna cut some pipe.
It was crazy. Like our weapons were like tools, right? So they strapped us up with like gun holsters.
Right.
So the whole theme was like superhero, and we were like battling each other's, but like our guns were like like cordless drills and stuff. It was so cool.
That night, actually, we all went out that night, and then we also went out the next night afterwards. And what I remember most about you, because we all took there was a bunch of us, we could only take like 2 cars. We couldn't all fit into one. But what I remember is seeing the picture of you afterwards, because we had all been so glammed up. She took off her fake eyelash and put it in between her eyebrows.
Oh my God.
Frida Kahlo, my impression.
Wait a second. I
still have those eyelashes.
You have on a little mirror. You stuck it on a little mirror compact.
It's in my pocketbook right now.
Get it? No.
I just texted Sarah Bendrick.
You need to show that to her.
Also from the shoot, probably like a week ago, that exact picture, because
I love that.
It comes up every once in a while, and gosh, it just makes me laugh because I don't know. Frida was awesome.
You are one of those people that you like
I will
me.
Send it to you.
I love it.
There it is.
That's some good stuff.
You are not afraid to make a total asshole out of yourself if it makes other people laugh.
Oh my gosh, my goal in life is to make people laugh.
Dude,
frankly,
you are like the quintessential class clown. Seriously, you're so much fun to be around. I love whenever we get around you. We always say the same thing. Your personality is so like magnetic. It's just you're fun as hell.
Yeah, it's like one of those people. I wish if we lived closer, because it's like I felt like I connected with you right away. Like we need to be friends.
Well, we saw each other last night before the show for 5 minutes, and afterwards I was like, "Fuck." And we need can I say that on here?
Say anything.
Fuck. We need like an hour to hang out.
Yeah.
Right?
On a weekly basis.
Yeah. I
know.
This
podcast is twice a week.
Where are you living? What part of the country are you living these days?
I'm in Colorado, in Denver.
Wow.
But really at this point, for the next at least 3 months, I'm gone, but for 5 days out of the month, because I'm traveling my brains out.
Isn't this business so crazy with the traveling?
Well,
what the hell?
I'm not traveling for TV anymore. I'm starting to. I would love another show, right? But the reality is that I feel like I need to. I have a mission that I have to go say to the public, is that the trades are really important. I took part in an industry that devalued construction for a long time, that told people that they could do their project overnight or over a weekend, and that their budget would be really small. And what I did wasn't necessarily inspire people with great pictures, but inspire them with the idea that the trades are something that you can just Google.
Yeah,
or
anybody can do this.
DIY it.
Hey,
Exactly.
anybody can do this.
Right.
You and like a bucket of paint and like a weekend and $20.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny? Watching this stuff like on HGTV and DIY. And you know, I love a lot of those shows. We're fans of the show.
yeah.
A lot of our friends host those shows, right?
Yes.
And we all spend time together up in Toronto. But you said it today in your presentation. Like, you hit the nail right on the head. You're like, what you see on TV, like when you watch the budget, you know, and it flashes on the bottom, the lower third of the screen, it's like $1,800 for the cost to rent the bathroom. I'm like, no.
Yeah, in what world?
No, the tile costs $1,800
Yeah.
in the box costs $1,800. Like, that doesn't cost, like, you know, to do the plumbing, the electric, you know, to rip the demo.
Right. It gives a
like,
false impression that you can do it yourself,
Yeah.
and it's really not. A lot of those things just aren't reasonable to do yourself.
Well, and then homeowners see that price, and then they think when they go to do their bathroom remodel that they're spending 5 times as much, that they're a failure because they aren't reaching this goal that's being told to them on TV.
Well, here's what they
It's
think
ridiculous.
also from my point of view, and you're a licensed contractor as well, which I'm really proud to say that. I'm so glad that, you know, you're part of that this family that we have, and I'm very passionate about what we do. As you, you know, I watch you on stage today, and like, you share that, you get it. You share the passion. And I've said it so many times that this industry is made up of people that love what they do. We love to build. We love to create. That's what this industry is. It's not the stuff that you see on Catch a Contractor. That's like 1%.
Tiny, yeah.
And you know, I think the general public sees the industry, the contractors, like they can't be trusted, and the people is like, oh, like, you know, be careful if you're dealing with a contractor. That's not reality. The reality
not the whole
is that.
truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but by the way, I love you guys
No.
on that show. For real. Oh, my God. Okay, because I've done so many episodes, too, where contractors have really ruined lives for people. And it is such a
God,
tiny
yeah.
percentage. Really, the people who ruin impressions, it's a tiny, tiny percentage of the whole picture.
Yeah, but
And
we
so-
all get lumped in with that
Yes!
same. Yeah.
Oh, so
yeah.
angering because really I wake up with that passion and soul just to like do it well.
Yes.
But I love your show because
But
so many
nobody
times
hears
I
about
want to
all the
hunt
good
them
stories,
down.
right? Nobody hears about the great stories. All you
No.
hear about when people talk about contractors is like, oh my God, you know, it's like, it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
You're going to get screwed. You're going to get robbed. And I'm like, you know, that's when they came to us with this show. I'm like, yes, I am in for that, because not only am I going to help the people that we help on our show every episode and rebuild their house, but we're going to help people like you, like me, like all the people at that Nary thing today, the dudes that really live and breathe building. Right?
Yes.
Those people deserve to be recognized for the industry. Let's face it, everything that we are surrounded by, the hotel that we're in right now, our houses, our schools, our hospitals, everything, the roads that we drive on, every single thing that surrounds us in our lives as humanity were built by tradesmen, built by craftsmen. And people, I think, have lost touch with that reality. The reality is not that people in this industry are criminals. Reality is that the people in this industry are craftsmen.
Yes.
And that needs to be brought back.
We have got to change the perception on a national level that if you work in construction, it's not because you couldn't go to college because of bad grades, financial status, whatever.
Right.
It's because you choose to do this. And being
Absolutely.
a contractor is the
Yes.
same level of being a doctor.
Absolutely.
Like, there is no difference. And quite frankly, I'm so happy to hang out with you guys because you guys are nailing it with the show. You guys are showing great construction and really showing the bad side instead of some of these shows. And believe me, I love so many people on the network. But here's the reality. You cannot remodel a kitchen while some people are at dinner, and you cannot build an entire house in 7 days.
Wait, what was that show? Like, the people go out and like they redo a whole room
Oh,
while they're-
yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah.
like, what? Okay, first of all, if that's a thing, what type of grout are they using? Because I want that
It's
grout.
that redheaded
Oh my
woman.
God! Yeah,
yeah.
That was a cool show, but it's like, like stuff doesn't happen in hours,
No.
and it doesn't happen for a few $100s on a weekend, and anybody can do this. There's a reason why when you hire a contractor that you need that person to be like when you go to a doctor. And you need a specialist, you need a surgeon.
Yes.
I'm not going to go to a chiropractor to get heart surgery.
Right,
No,
yeah.
I want a fucking heart surgeon.
Although I did hear something very wise that, I always compare working in construction to being a contractor or being a surgeon. Like,
Yeah.
I'm in your house tearing it apart, right?
Right. You're a house
doctor-
surgeon.
Exactly. I'm a house surgeon.
Yeah.
So also a doctor is the same surgeon, but, a doctor doesn't exactly have to, or I don't have to work on a house while the house is running. It wasn't as good. There's more wine. I totally ruined it. Sorry.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, I got it.
I know Allison wanted to go somewhere.
What I wanted to say was the odd history that the two of you had that we didn't realize until way after the fact. Skip had done a segment on the Today Show.
Oh my God!
Before
I don't
met
think you
him.
know about this.
Right,
I don't think you do. Do you
No,
know about
there
this?
you go. So he did this
We
segment
have
on the
this
Today
whole
Show.
convoluted connection, you and I, that like is really freaking.
So
Check this out. Yeah,
he
check
did
this
that,
out.
and then he did these commercials for Nicolak Paving Stones, and there was a contest in 2009 for a show called Stud Finder.
Not a dating show.
Not a dating show. It was a show. It was a contest, and it was.
This is before like Tinder.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Sadly.
And the
It's
winner.
not Cockfinder. It's
The winner of this contest was going to win their own show on the DIY network.
Yeah.
So Skip, in an attempt to apply for this show, Stud Finder, and be in the contest, had the production company that did his commercials make up a demo reel of him where they compiled his commercials and his segment on the Today Show, and he recorded a new little segment saying, "Hey, my name is Skip Adele, and this is what I like to do, and this is what I do." And then at the end of it, he's like, "So if you're looking for a stud finder,
you can still see that.
saw your
You can see that demo on YouTube.
Video.
You can see it on YouTube.
This is the video.
Yeah.
This is the video now. So now Skip and I are together a few months. This video is in a drawer in the back of his
On a
filing
disc.
cabinet on a CD, right?
Yeah.
So, so I'm like,
It
what
might
the
as
fuck
well
is
have been
this?
on a cassette tape.
Did a
Remember, like fucking on an
pterodactyl,
8-track.
So I take this thing. I said, "What are you doing with this thing?" And he's like, "No, like I sent it out for this show. I didn't get on the show, and I can send it out for other, if I'm auditioning for something." I said, "Well, you should have this on the internet. Like, what the fuck?" So
I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
So
Yeah.
I upload it to YouTube. I tag word it up with all, like licensed, contractor, like all these different words that apply to the video. And next thing you know, like a while, like, I don't know, a year later, he gets a call from a casting agent for Spike, Catch a Contractor.
Yeah, so my demo tape for Stud Finder that got rejected, which you got, by the way.
Well, that's the whole
which
thing. You just
won.
gave the punchline, you asshole! You do it every time! He always grabs my fucking punchline!
Do it then.
He's
Say
a
it.
fucking idiot, I swear to God!
I didn't fuck the punchline up.
You
I'm just
did! You did! Because the punchline is that the winner of that he didn't even get on the
It was
show,
a contest.
the winner of the show, Stud Finder, was Kayleen.
I feel
So
like you and I should fight,
could
but
have
you two are
ever,
going to flip the table.
who could have ever like plotted this whole thing out?
God
right?
damn
Here's
it.
how crazy. Like we meet in Toronto to do this magazine
20
shoot.
podcast episodes, he ruins my fucking punchline.
Oh my God!
He can't. He steals
It's
them
what
all.
I do. It's what I live
Fucking
for.
stand it. He can't wait.
There was no punchline. It's not a fucking joke.
It was a build-up to the fucking coincidence that
You see
we're
what
here,
I'm
we are
dealing with
together.
here, man? Do you see what I'm dealing
And the
with here?
show he didn't get
You
on,
know,
she won.
She's
but
really
it got
fucking
him
hot and
the
all that,
better-
but I have to put up with
man,
this
you
bullshit.
were-
All right, all right.
Fuck.
See,
You guys are
this
so
is what I'm
adorable.
talking about.
Idiots.
Damn
The
it.
makeup, man.
So
Keep the
anyway,
makeup.
so then she wins Stud Finder, and from Stud Finder, that's how you got Rescue Renovation, the show that you hosted for 5 seasons.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
so the
but
prize,
really-
the prize for this contest to submit your video for this Stud
As I
Finder
just said, was
contest
to get your own show on
was to
DIY.
win your own show
Did I just
on,
say that?
on HGTV, right?
I'm just going to listen to you, though. No, yes, it was. It was. And how I came about actually having a video to submit is I worked behind the scenes on TV for a long time on construction shows and eventually realized I didn't like TV. I loved construction. And so I moved from Philadelphia back to Denver, had my own construction company up and going. But because I had so many people in the industry, the television industry know me, people from High Noon were like, yo, you have to apply for the show. And I was like, no, I don't want to. Actually, it turns out I like construction. TV is ridiculous. And really, I had a producer and camera guy. No, it was for real.
Yeah,
hey,
for
everybody
real.
listening,
If you've been in
please
it
go
long
learn a
enough, you
trade.
still have to believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is the silliest industry ever. In fact, when I was still getting like renewed for seasons, mid-season, I was like,
Yeah.
someday DIY is going to be like, they don't like brunettes, and it's only going to be blondes. That's all that's on the network next, except a few. So it's just a silly industry. But I had
Right.
a producer and a
Right.
camera guy show up to my house one day and said, we're just going to videotape you. You don't have a choice.
We're
And
here
so-
to shoot that porno we were talking
And
about.
I was like, I thought we were talking about screws and hammering.
We just need you to keep your tool belt on, and everything else is a go.
Here, guys. Getting sawdust in places I didn't even know. Oh gosh, it's terrible. So
we're going to replace that hammer with this other different hammer.
Yeah, it's a hammer drill.
Oh my God!
Anyway, sorry, it's hard in this industry to not have dirty puns. By the way, like it is so difficult to be like, "Hey guys, I need a full tube of white cock." You're like,
white cock. You
know.
She said cock.
This entire industry is so ridiculous with the puns, so I love your name too, because it's just, I don't know, it's polite. But so Stud Finder for me was the most ridiculous adventure that I had been on in a while, because I was aware of how TV worked when I was applying for the show. I started as a production assistant. That's the people who get coffee and are screaming all day long. Like,
oh my God, yeah.
And so then to
wait, you were a PA, really?
For real, on Trading Spaces.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. How cool is that story, though? Like, who would know? Like, then you go move on to host your own show.
Yeah.
I was working in fucking Home Depot at night.
But that's where you met your wife.
Yes. And you know what? I've told this story so many times before, and it's like, listen, construction back in like the early to mid 2000s took a dump. And if you were in, especially residential, you were not working. Yeah. So I went from being like, shut the phone off. I couldn't even keep up with the work, making this ridiculous money and living this rock star lifestyle, to standing by the phone saying, when's it going to ring?
Yeah.
So, you know, I still had work going on, but I went from 3 crews down to just myself and a couple of helpers, and put the tool belt back on every single day. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do whatever I need to do to take up the slack. It wasn't like, you know, we were desperate for money, but it was like we're doing something now to like continue and keep building the business. So I took this job in Depot, and every day I went there, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, oh my God, I'm you know, checking a clock, whatever. It was at night, but ultimately from that job, met my wife, right?
Who then definitely got you right on the right track, and like things.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I'm going to count it off. I'm going to count it off on
even though you ruined all
on
over
the fingers, right? Met my wife. Home Depot approached me while I'm working there. I said, listen, we got this thing on NBC Today Show. Wants to shoot this segment. Would you mind doing it? Hosted the NBC Today Show segment at our store with my orange apron on, the whole thing. It's on YouTube. You can see it online right now.
It's on our website, actually. Go to our website. Right. It'll find it in a second.
From that segment, from that thing I did, wearing the fucking apron, right? I'm like, what am I doing? I came in that day and punched the clock. I'm like, I don't want to be here. Do that segment on Today Show. All of a sudden, the phone starts ringing. I get tons of TV commercials, right? Which now I compile onto a disc and submit for Stud Finder, which I don't get because you got it. But
you know, he didn't even get on the show. She was at least a contestant.
Yeah. They never even called me back.
But this is a lesson on do a trade, learn a trade.
How did you
don't get into TV?
How did you even get involved in construction? Lady.
Right, exactly. As a lady. Okay, so I grew up with it. My dad was a welder. He actually welded part of the Hubble telescope.
Wow.
My initials are on the Hubble telescope.
No way.
That is not why it broke down. It was a software thing, but I have been in space for a while.
Holy crap, how cool is that?
Yeah, so awesome. I mean, growing up with that level of craftsmanship, and then my first car, my dad gave me a Volkswagen Rabbit with a box of parts and the book, and so I had to learn how to make it run. If I wanted to drive at 16, cool, here's a car. So I put in a push-button starter, like James Bond style. And so I always grew up with this. This was something that, like, I have very vivid memories of using a bandsaw with my grandfather.
And you've always been heterosexual.
Right, exactly. I love men.
You're not a dyke.
I like the guys. I like the cock, chicken.
Cack.
And so, And
wait, you got your boyfriend right here in the studio with you, by the way?
My boyfriend is sitting here, yes.
We'll introduce him.
Oh, this is Ty, the amazing Ty.
What up, Ty?
Hello.
The amazing Ty.
I've
love it,
been
man.
lucky enough to know this gentleman since high school.
Get out!
Wow.
Because we didn't even get there as far as
I know.
But tell me how you became. Tell me about how you became a
contractor.
Before I
became like a lady with a guy, let me tell you about how I'm a lady in construction. So it was something that I've always loved. I was always passionate about it. I remember. Okay, side note. When I was in 8th grade, they gave us a project, and they were like, hey, you're in home ec, go bake a cake. And so the school was actually going through a renovation at the time, and I got the blueprints and turned the blueprints into a 3D cake in 8th grade. I was always possessed by building. Like, we had to do a report on Machu Picchu, and so I, cross-stitched a little, Kleenex box that looked like Machu Picchu, spilled blood down it, and turned that in. I was always building. I was constantly doing stuff, and yet all throughout high school, they were like, why would you want to go into the trades? You're a young female with great grades. You're too smart to do this. Why would you do that? And it wasn't until I was that PA on Trading Spaces, and I met the most talented, gifted woodworker, Frank Belcastro. Please, everybody, Google him right now and give him some love, because this man is so talented.
Frank Belcastro?
Frank Belcastro. He was on Trading Spaces. He was one of the behind-the-scenes carpenters. And it was the first time ever I walked onto a job site and was given power tools and the encouragement to go learn. And I knew that I couldn't fail, because really the hard part about sometimes getting into construction, and it's not male or female, it's your first day of work.
Right.
And this is what I tell kids all the time. Everybody has a first day of work. Everybody has that first day where you feel like you're a failure, you don't know what's going on, you're going to fumble through it. But being a female walking into a male-dominated industry, I had a little bit more hesitation and just awareness. Because right before I started as a PA, I was a 911 dispatcher. So by no means was I.
Wow. Oh, my God. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I was You've done so many different things.
I love to work. This is where kids don't have jobs until they're 21. I had a job with the mayor's
Kids
office
say don't have a work ethic, man. It's like,
No.
it's crazy.
It's scary. That could be a whole nother podcast. It's so
ridiculous. You kids need to get off your ass and start fucking working.
Kids aren't listening to us. We're old.
Well, they should. Hey, kids, we're going to Instagram this.
There's no kids
We're
listening
going to Snapchat it.
No, but what the trades really are like, to me, it's scary, because it seems like it's almost like not going away, but my son right now is applying to college. He's a senior in high school, and it's like, I'm thinking, all right, I've been to college. I've done many different things in my life. When I came out of college, I studied finance and business management. my first job was, I took my Series 7 exam, and I got a job on Wall Street as a stockbroker.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, tie and suit?
Totally different. Yes.
Suit?
Yes, suit every day.
What do you do with all the tattoos?
Yeah,
Mine are fake.
No, he didn't get those until after he met me.
Way before tattoos, yeah.
Oh. I was
my dad knew somebody in the business.
Yeah.
I studied. So, listen, I grew up through construction. My dad built, my grandfather built, but I had ideas that I might want to try something else, and then I saw the movie Wall Street, and I'm like, I know what I want to do. I want to be Gordon Gekko.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure.
So anyway, that's my first job, and I hated it. I fucking hated it. When you have it in your blood to do what we do, you can't sit in a cubicle. You cannot sit in an office.
Gosh, no.
Every single day, I'm in a different place. I'm building something different. I'm creating. As someone who creates, if you're that person, if it's in your blood, you cannot sit behind a desk. You can't do it.
Yeah.
I attempted to do it. I went to school to try to learn how to do it, but I realized it wasn't for me. I see my son right now, and he's applying for schools, and I'm like, listen, whatever you want to do, God bless you. I want you to be whatever you want to be. And you know what? Most kids, when they get ready to go to college, they don't really know what the hell they want to do. Like, you really don't. You might have an idea, but I think very few kids really are like, I know I want to be this, and that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, listen, you know what? If you're not really 100% sure, go to a trade school.
Oh my God! Go
right?
learn a trade before you.
Yes, because here's what
mother
happens.
telling him to go to fucking college. We're just gonna fucking waste away.
Listen,
and get a useless
how many
degree.
kids come out of school today with a 4-year degree, right? A bachelor's degree, $100,000 later, cannot get a job.
His mother's such a
Guess what?
dumbass.
Guess what? Forget the bachelor's. Go for another couple of years. Get a master's. Still can't get a job, right?
Yes.
So. You know what? Go to a trade school.
Yeah.
Learn where every single day. You're not learning social studies. You're not learning an extension of high school and shit that you'll never freaking use.
Never fucking use.
Listen, I learned calculus and trigonometry and algebra. And yes, I use a lot of math in every day what we're using, probably more geometry than anything. But yeah, of course, certain things you use. But probably 95% of what we learned in school, high school and college, you don't use on a day-to-day basis. Go to a trade school, Guess what? You come out of that school, the day you graduate, there's someone waiting to offer you a job.
Oh, my God. And not only before you graduate. Here are the statistics. So you can go to school for 4 years, $100,000 in debt. There are a lot of programs right now for welding, 2-year program. Students are being hired at $60,000 a year.
Day one out of school.
Yeah, from high school for 2 years in a welding program, they are going through programs to get $60,000.
First job.
Yes. First,
$60,000.
First job. And
yes.
so not only
you hearing
that,
this, people?
Yeah, this is giant money. We're talking about these are going to be the next leaders of industry, the people who continue to go into the trades and follow this path because they always have something to fall back on.
Yes.
If you want to continue to do
They're
something
learning
else,
a skill.
Yes. And so the fact is that you can go now to these trade programs, and here's another scary statistic. The level of people involved in trade programs right now, the majority of them already possess a bachelor's degree. Okay, so the majority of people in trade programs are all approaching 30. So I like to talk to students about statistics. Let's talk about numbers. If you are 18 and going into this program, you are going to be younger than all of your peers around you, which makes you more knowledgeable, younger than all of the people around you, and that gives you the longer time to be more successul.
Everybody likes the young guy, right?
Exactly. If you have to put in 10,000 hours to be successful, as per,
especially in porn,
there.
I keep losing gigs to like the younger dudes. I don't know why, because I think I still got it, but I just,
I'm sure you guys have put in 10,000 hours. Look at this. I have no doubt about it. But if you put in those hours earlier, and now there are programs in high school that will actually give you credit towards an apprenticeship or a journeyman's license in high school, and you're putting those hours in that much earlier,
right.
I guarantee in my travels, I will meet the next person be on the cover of Forbes, and it's going to be related to trades.
Yes.
I have no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I got my bachelor's degree, didn't do anything until I was 30 years old because I took a civil service exam for
your bachelor's degree was in what? Psychology, right?
Psychology, yeah.
Okay.
So then,
and what was your first job?
I was right out of college. I started working in medical billing, and from there I worked in the whole
Nothing
medical
to do with
industry.
Psychology.
Yeah, I managed doctors' offices, and
I sense you want Band-Aids right now.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
And
right?
I worked for a decade. I worked in doctors' offices and in hospitals. I was in that whole medical
10 years
office
in
management.
medical billing, but with a degree in psychology.
And so finally, I wanted to get a job where I would have benefits and I would have job security and be able to be independent. I didn't want to have to rely on anybody. So a friend of mine was like, you know what, I'm applying for a corrections officer, and this is all the benefits you get working for a government. So I said, oh, shit, let me look at the civil service
Did you
tests.
need a college degree to apply for that test?
Well, I ended up... For the first test I took, yes, I needed a college degree because I went to work in personnel and civil service. To qualify to even take the exam, I had to have a bachelor's.
Oh, which is so ridiculous.
Yeah. So I took
Yeah.
this test, I got this job, and I worked for about 4 years in civil service, and then I took the exam for probation officer, which required a bachelor's degree plus or including 30 credits in the social sciences, which because I have a bachelor's in psychology, I qualified to take the test. So, basically what it is that I graduated from college and didn't use that fucking degree for like a decade. It came...
And just by chance, you happen to get a job that you were able to fall back on it.
Yeah.
But most people that come out of college today with a degree, they wind up not doing anything that has to do with that degree.
No.
And they take a job wherever they can get because they're trying to pay off their college debt and their student loans. And let's face it, student loans are like killing people. They're burying them in debt.
Not only burying, if you die, that debt passes on to someone else. You cannot bury that debt with you.
Yeah, it doesn't go away.
Ever.
There's
This
this cartoon...
is so, like, what?
There's this cartoon that I saw on online, and it is so typical. It reminds me of what my mother used to always say to me. I showed this to you the other day.
Oh, this is great. Kayleen will love this.
Yeah. It's a picture with a guy sweeping the street, across the street, and there's two moms each with their kids. One mom says to her kid, "If you don't study, you're going to end up like him," pointing at the guy sweeping the street.
Yeah.
The other mom says, "That man has a union job with full benefits and makes more than this judgmental bitch will ever make with her liberal arts degree."
For real.
So
yeah.
true.
But it's this mindset that I hope that with your podcast, other events, all of us coming together and saying, hey, I am a proud craftsman.
Absolutely.
I love my career. I would rather do this any day over being in a desk or an office space. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
that will eventually change that mind shift because, quite frankly, it's scary to the fact that we don't have trade programs available to students at all anymore.
Does BOCES even still exist?
Yeah, they do. No, actually, I interview
only
in New York.
Only back here. Only in New York. I will be traveling with Neri to New York in the next few weeks. And
right.
I gotta see you guys.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, right? So
cool.
I'll be a keynote and talking to some students and some schools there because BOCE is a totally foreign concept anywhere else outside of New York. It does not exist.
Oh, wow.
We don't have
It's a great program.
Colorado. It is. It sounds fantastic.
But I tell you what they are doing away with, though, in New York. I know for a fact. Growing up in school, in junior high school, I was in wood shop, metal shop, auto shop. Our school had full workshops for multiple trades. I mean, every tool you could possibly imagine, and they had a qualified technician there that was teaching us how to do metalwork and welding and spot welding and working a brake machine,
learning and
all
creating
that
and
wood shop. Like I learned how to use many wood tools, in that shop class. My son, coming up through junior high school now and about ready to graduate high school, does not even have any one of those programs in his school because they did away with them.
He took home ec.
What scares
He
me?
took home ec.
Right. Well, at least
he learned how to bake a fucking cake.
Which, honestly, now dating this very handsome gentleman, I can't feed myself, which is good. But here's what's such a disservice, and I am so angry that this wasn't told to me in high school. Music. I was a choir nerd, right? Music, it's audio fractions. If you want to bake that fucking cake, that is edible fractions. If you want to build a house, it's visual fractions. You're an artist. We're all speaking the same language over and over and over again. So when you take those programs out of school, you aren't giving people the ability to see math in other ways. And I guarantee, I used to be a probation officer, so we know, and so a lot of times it's these students who feel like they're failures because they don't understand math and they're sort of an outcast in a classroom, but they're not criminals and they're not dumb. They just see math differently, are then pushed and down and said, no, you're a failure, you're going to do this, and then they're going to want to act out. And so by taking these programs out of schools, we're removing that opportunity to express math in a different way. And it's just, I cannot tell you how angering it is and what a disservice it is to this nation because, quite frankly, you look at situations like Flint, where our infrastructure is literally crumbling. And obviously,
we talking about Larry Flint?
No, Flint, Michigan, with the water crisis. Which the water, sorry.
You see where my mind's at, all right?
Yeah, that part. Yeah, water. Still moving liquids. Other way, though. Obviously, there were some contributing factors into that problem, but the reality is that those pipes are old and will need to be replaced, and they won't be able to find enough plumbers and pipe fitters to actually replace that. Our infrastructure is crumbling all around us on a massive scale, and I don't know why this isn't the next, people are a red flag and having a huge panic attack because we don't have people to take care of bridges, roads, our water pipes.
Guess what? When the water fails and the bridges and the roads fail, society will crumble right behind
all
it.
these kids will be picking up their phones and using their thumbs trying to Google shit because that's all they know how to fucking do.
They talk about that all the time. When the shit goes wrong and there's a zombie apocalypse or whatever, the most valuable commodity is going to be water. Right,
well,
and if you can't drive on the roads, you can't get to where you got to go because the bridges are falling apart. Big problem.
Well, I'm kind of hoping for global warming. Big endeavor. You guys are all going to be underwater.
I don't know.
This way, it's totally.
I watch a lot of Walking Dead, so I'm just saying.
Obviously, but
I'm stockpiling ammunition as we speak, just so you know.
Good. Yeah, we can grow vegetables. We'll have our own little construction commune. It's a good thing.
And I was also wondering, with you living in Colorado. Do you buy or grow marijuana recreationally?
I do, hubba. Okay, Mom and Dad, I love you so much.
Mom and Dad's not listening to Listen, if your mom and dad listens to this podcast, ours is too, and that's a big fucking problem because we talk about.
Right, this is totally
please.
No, being in Denver.
Actually, ours used to listen to it and they stopped.
Yeah,
I heard one episode.
I don't grow because really I travel so much that I've killed cactuses. I have a whole row of cactuses in my kitchen that I'm sure they're all dead by now.
Is it possible to even kill a cactus? They don't even need water.
That's
totally
her point.
I know. That's what I'm saying. How did you do that?
It totally is. So something as delicate and beautiful as something of the marijuana. I wouldn't want to even try to grow because
it's a weed. Weeds grow everywhere. You can grow a weed on concrete.
Yeah, I kill cactuses. And really, I think there are enough people in Denver now growing it because really, it used to be, there's this old joke, right? You drive down I-70 towards the airport, it smells like the Purina plant. And then there's a Safeway bakery, so it smells like bread. And then there's another like dog food plant. Well, now in Colorado, you drive down, it's like weed, Purina plant, weed, bakery, weed, another dog food plant. It's very potent in the city. Obviously, it's becoming a huge commodity. But really, what impresses me too is the industry that it's pushing. Like, this is still science. This is something that used to be grown in like closets, and I just saw it talked about on MSNBC about like the next commodity to buy in, and I was like, really?
Oh yeah.
So how is
it's becoming a global industry right now. I mean, now with all the sanctions coming down and the laws
because the
lightening
technology
up
with hydroponics, and you're also looking at how they're incorporating this oil into foods, and so a lot of cancer and medical research. It's really cool on what they're doing. I hope that it's more for good than bad. But really, Denver has always been such a laid-back state that since it became legal, nothing's changed. Like,
nothing's changed?
No, really. Like, Ty is also a native. I mean, it's changed a little bit. We love our snacks. Oh, fuck, I love cheese. But, I would say overall everyone's pretty mellow. You don't see people all strung out just being like, Funyuns, where are the snacks?
Are there more like accidents, like people driving high, or is it because
No, oh my gosh. No, it's not people getting accidents driving high. It's the asshole who got high and then wants to be in the fast lane going 40 miles an hour, not realizing like, I'm cruising along, man.
Yeah,
Nobody
man.
else cares. I don't know why everyone's passing me on the right.
Oh
Hey,
my God.
Rocky Mountain High.
do you see a lot more people high in public because of the change?
I don't know if you could tell in Colorado. Everybody's so laid back and so happy that
It's like California too. When we first started going to California to film Catch a Contractor, we had a place down in Venice Beach, and Venice Beach is like the mecca of like hippie, dumb. It's like it's like that's the place to go. If you're a beach bum, that's where you want to come from. Around the planet, that's where you go.
From the weed or like
oh my God, that's what I was going to say. So we're riding our beach cruiser bicycles down the world famous bike path from Venice Beach to Santa Monica, and all you can smell is weed. And I'm like, oh my God, do you smell that? She's like, yeah, I smell that. And then we roll up and there's like a dude, like every other corner, there's like stores and like people outside. You've been in New York City where you walk through Times Square and they hand you out like pamphlets of the comedy club or like the topless, the nudie bar down the street, right? Yeah. They're handing out flyers so they come in and get some medical marijuana. So I'm like, well, that would explain all the smell that we're getting. So, like, it was like this huge adjustment. Like, oh my God, it's such a different place in New York.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it is that perspective shift, and especially because I'm traveling so much. One, I'm asked 2 questions: is Peyton retiring? I don't know. Listen, I like sports because I like to do the wave. Beyond that, I don't care.
That's
like,
it.
The colors and the sounds fascinate me. And 2, how's the weed industry? And there's definitely a road we call the Green Mile. Where it's just like all shops. But no, you don't really, you smell it, but you always have. Like, we have concerts at Red Rocks. You're gonna smell weed. It's a thing.
Funny that you just mentioned, I don't mean to cut you off, but I got to say this before I forget. Some of my fondest memories took place in Colorado, and Denver Stadium, Mile High Stadium, and also Red Rocks. Back in I don't know, it was 93 or 90, whatever year it was, back in the early 90s, I was dating this girl from Colorado, and somehow or another she got tickets for a couple of concerts, and for my birthday, I flew out to Colorado and hung out with her and a couple other I had friends that lived out there. That's how I met her. Was snowboarding out there and stuff. And
she was totally not as cool.
No. There's a lot of like.
I know. I'm like, who is this bitch?
A lot of like hippie chicks out there. Everyone's like, yeah, man, groovy granola and all that, right? So they have these tickets. Like, I think it was Friday night or Saturday. I don't know what it was. Back to back. Like one night, Friday night was Mile High Stadium. Pink Floyd, right? So I'm in Mile High Stadium, and it's basically like a cloud, like emanating over the whole stadium. It's like a clam bake in there. Even if you didn't smoke, if you were in Mile High Stadium, you were completely stoned out of your mind for a Pink Floyd concert, no less.
That's why they charge so much for a hot dog.
Oh my God. Holy God. By the way, leaving that concert, We ran through the parking lot naked. We streaked.
What were you smoking? Because wait a second.
I don't know, but evidently streaking is a big thing. Like, I don't know. Like, so yeah.
I went through a phase of mooning people like nobody's business.
Listen,
how many times have you?
All I know is I'm with these group of like people that I didn't really know. I knew her. I knew one of my other friends. There's about 10 younger people that we're all hanging out with, and like we're like everyone comes out of the Pink Floyd concert, and all of a sudden like, it's in the summertime, and like shorts come off, and they just start running for the park. Which, by the way. The parking lots at Mile High Stadium are like a mile long, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you're looking for your car, for like a fucking hour.
I can imagine,
so now, yeah. So we're stoned, naked, running through the parking lot, a line of naked people running through. It was actually a pretty cool experience.
I don't think that happens often, Skip. I'm just
going
to throw that out
but
there.
we did it. And here is the other coolest thing. Wait a second, the story gets better. The following night, Saturday night, Red Rocks, Eagles.
Whoa.
Back to back.
Again,
Pink
no
Floyd,
drugs at that concert.
Eagles. No, we didn't streak that night, though. Pink Floyd, Eagles, both nights, massive amount of marijuana smoke in the audience. And basically, I mean, you didn't even need to be smoking. You were just completely inebriated.
No.
So,
but
yeah.
With this story, it just reminds me sometimes we do have a gender gap because I meet you guys. I'm like, we're BFFs forever. My first concert was at Red Rocks. Front row.
What a freaking
John
cool...
Bon Jovi.
Oh, my God. What?
I was living on a prayer.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my
wow.
Word. Yeah.
Wow.
But he was kind of older. I think I
yeah,
got some
Bon Jovi, man. You can't go wrong with that,
this
right?
Area in my head in a number of years.
If you haven't seen a Bon Jovi concert, you're missing out. I mean, that's like, the quintessential 80s hair band, right?
We could go on a tangent forever. I know, like, we've been talking for a while, but, like, talk about concert real... Okay, I don't
Yeah, go for it.
Go.
My father, every time I got into one of his vehicles, had a Lady Gaga CD. And so for Father's Day 2 years ago, she was coming to Denver, and I thought it'd be really funny to take my 70-year-old father to a Lady Gaga concert.
No way your dad listened to Lady Gaga?
Oh, my God.
How
to the point that
cool
he would
is
blow
that?
out speakers all the time. And, like, J-Lo, anything with a bass, I think my dad would just crank up to be like,
God,
oh, my God,
that is so cool.
Yeah. Only taking my 7-year-old father to a Lady Gaga concert turned out to be a terrible thing because she came on 3 hours late. And then she was terrible. She came out and she's like, "What's up, motherfuckers? I hate you all." And I was like, "My dad is here. Excuse me."
It is 3 hours late.
For 3 hours
opens the show, "What's up, motherfuckers?"
And then she humped a bunch of balloons on stage for like such a long time. And I was like, "Dad, I'm sorry. Happy Father's Day. We should go." By the way, sorry.
That's a great story.
It's very random. We could talk here forever.
Yeah,
like, for real.
man.
Yeah, well, I need to live closer. We should do this again when I'm in New York.
Totally.
When are you coming to New York?
April 3rd, I will be presenting with the, something Nary.
Are you doing the Nary show?
In New York on April 3rd.
Yeah, we're doing Nary.
Is it a show?
At Hofstra.
Another home show?
April 9th is not Nary is sponsored.
No, it's a Nary show. We're doing April 9th at Hofstra University.
I need an assistant. If anybody's listening, I need an assistant to come help me with my life and schedule. Thank you. KayleenMcCabe.com.
There you go.
Oh, you do have a website.
I do. KayleenMcCabe.com. I do
Plug
not keep it up.
Tell us.
But you can find me more on Facebook at Kayleen McCabe, Twitter at Kayleen McCabe, Instagram at Kayleen McCabe. Also, let's see, LinkedIn, Kayleen McCabe.
Wow, you are all
don't
over.
even do
Well,
that.
because when I won the show, somebody bought my name. Like, somebody bought KayleenMcCabe.com.
Get out of here.
For real. So one night...
Somebody actually bought your name.
And held on to it for 3 years.
Fucking bitch.
Bastards.
Right. And so one night, this young lady might have had a bit too much of wine to drink and called GoDaddy very angry and be like, "That's my name. Let it go." And I had this agent who was like, "Honey, listen, there might be another Kayleen McCabe out there." And I was like, "Bullshit. Google it. There isn't." So it's me. And so finally I didn't say anything. They let it go. And now I own my name. I now own my name.
I bought up skipbedell.com, AllisonBedell.com, skipandAllisonBedell.com, wearethebedells.com.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah, you bought like every domain, any combination you could possibly think of.
I bought that shit right when we...
Did you ever get skipstips.com? Or
skipstipsonline.com.
Yeah.
Because there was already a Skip Tips that nobody's
You just got to like buy it up.
Yeah,
Just
so
just a tip, just for a second.
I did that even before
Skip's Tips. You won't get the shaft, just the tip.
We have
Again, just for a second.
We have a jingle.
That's our jingle.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a jingle. And so, no, I bought that before we even...
Wait, I'm sorry. Huh? I have $1 billion concept and I can't do it because both my parents are alive. DIY After Dark. You guys are in.
What?
Hey, listen. Your
Yes.
pipes are clogged, but you need a naughty plumber to come help out. So DIY
God.
After Dark.
Listen, I'll show up in my fucking Speedo, man.
Listen,
all right.
you two are a hot couple.
My Speedo, and a monkey wrench. I'm gonna fix your pipes, baby.
Yeah, but no, like here's the thing. Like you're the one with.
I am gonna
pipes.
ream your pipes.
Get this pipe cleaned out. You are the professional plumber. Oh, hey there, plumber lady.
Oh, hell
H2.
yes.
Oh, I'm going to have to plunge you, baby.
my
Yeah.
God.
Plunge
Yeah.
her. Hardly even know her.
Listen, all I know is I lay a lot of pipe. That's it.
Yeah,
We're talking about plumbing. That's what we do.
That's my $1 billion idea. Please.
Yeah.
Let's hope, because my parents, I'm hoping they're gonna hang
DIY
out for, like,
After Dark.
DIY.
I love it.
After Dark.
How fucking cool is that?
Yeah.
Let's do
I
that.
just can't, because really,
We'll just never get in any other TV shows.
Yeah, that'll be end of our national product sponsorships.
Are you kidding me? Think of all the things you could do on windows.
No,
on curtains.
Home Depot. Yeah, Home Depot were like, hey, listen,
She's doing
dude,
a jerking
nice
off
knowing
gesture,
you.
by the way.
I'm trying to work deals with with everybody, Ram Trucks, Depot. They were like, hey, Skip, nice knowing you. Bye.
Yeah. Isn't Skip swinging his stiletto hammer? I guess I like stiletto. I don't
my
like
God.
I bought him a stiletto hammer for Christmas.
I have
last
a
year.
sick.
stilettos and hammer. I mean,
Yes. Yes.
I love stiletto hammers. Please don't.
What an
ever
awesome
step
hammer, right?
Oh my God, that
Yes.
14 ounces swings like
Full.
a 20.
I have a full titanium framing hammer with a removable head. I love
you
it.
have-
I can't relate. Can we talk about vaginas?
Totally.
Oh my
But
God.
Let me talk about this crowbar real quick.
swear.
The stiletto crowbar that's titanium. Do you have
What?
that trim crowbar?
No.
Holy fuck. It is like down to a razor point. It's a full size crowbar, all titanium. It's a spendy fellow.
Is it like a hook crowbar or like a flat bar?
No, it's like a flat bar, and with the total flat
What?
end, the hook, it also pull out nails. They make like a
Oh
mini
my
model,
God.
and they make a full size one,
Like a cat's paw, or is it like a flat bar?
flat bar.
Oh my God.
But for trim work, because
I
it's like
actually,
a razor
I actually
edge-
have wood right now. I just want to let, yeah, I have a little, I
DIY,
got like a half
not
a
after
chub
dark.
going right now. I just want to let you know there's maybe a
I get
quarter
that we're
chub.
talking
I'm not
about
really sure.
Festool.
Sorry, dude.
Like, Traxa.
Her
Dustin
boyfriend's like, hey,
King's-
thanks, man.
No, because he knows. Like, thank goodness. This is
Listen,
why I
you
date
start
him.
talking about tools. I get a little chubby. I
You know,
can't help it.
Yeah, no, I do too. Well, I don't get this. This is weird. I get lady excited, not chubby, because
I call it like dick tingles. I go, she's like, oh my God, I got a dick tingle too. I'm like, wait a second, no.
I say that too. I got-
Wait,
I
no,
got
no,
a dick
no,
tingle.
no, you did no, you did not get a dick tingle.
I got a waffle sneeze. Achoo! Yes. In fact, Ty wanted to sand something, and I sent him home with like 6 sanders and 2 boxes of sandpaper after an hour of geeking out. I'd be like, okay, first use the Festool for this, and then use the Merca for that. And I was like,
Rubbing her nipples.
You're like rubbing your nipples and stuff.
I'm going to cut some glass after explaining this to you.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Yes,
Yes.
I love it. The tools
This has
turn
been
you on.
So much fucking fun.
Yeah,
hanging out with you
man.
guys.
Yeah.
For real. Like,
Yeah, thanks for coming on,
Oh
dude.
my
We love you.
Let's
We
talk about
you guys.
we had so much
Other
fun
work-
with you up in Toronto. We've been talking about like getting back together with you forever.
No
So this
joke.
was very cool.
I can't believe it's been this long. And
Yeah.
bravo props to you guys for carrying all this equipment, because
We carry really
holy-
fucking heavy equipment.
We
And it is
brought
like-
this all just to
we
do
need
this
take
to
time
do
take a
this with
picture
you.
of this. Yeah, so you guys can see, as listeners, the real deal of like what actually happened.
Hang on a second.
Holy shmoly!
Hey, when you come to
Oh.
New York, can you help Skip with our kitchen?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like
Just because then it'll help it get
We'll travel
it'll get
with tools.
ready that much faster.
yeah, fuck yeah. All right,
Sweet.
I have to pee. We should go out to dinner.
Nice. Let's go eat, man.
We totally
Okay,
have
let's
to
do it.
eat. So
The one and only, the beautiful, talented Kayleen McCabe,
I got to
along
there
with
any-
Ty.
before we
Ty,
go,
we didn't get to
though-
hear much from you, but thanks for being here, man.
Before we go,
Oh, he wouldn't even say anything like
That's
before
it.
we go, actually, because usually on every episode we have some sort of a tip that Skip gives, something, like DIY construction, something related. Do you have anything that you can think of off the top of your head that you think would be useful
Kaylee can
for
do a
any-
Skip's tip.
Yeah, do you have a
Hey,
tip?
my name's Skip. I use my Skip tip.
Don't give the shaft, just
I
the
will.
tip.
Okay, just for a second. Just Skip tip, just for a second.
Yeah.
If you're a homeowner, what like a
If you're a
quick tip.
homeowner?
Yeah, quick tip.
Please treat the people coming into your house as craftsmen with the highest respect.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah.
we would like everybody to do that.
I like that.
We should go into another tangent. We'll be at dinner on why I'm on this mission now. Because I thought I was on a hidden camera show once because a homeowner was so rude because of what they'd seen on TV.
Wow.
So as a homeowner, respect the people coming into your house. Please offer them water where the bathroom is at. and then get out of their way and let them do their job.
Yeah.
Water and bath.
That is the best tip ever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Love that.
seriously.
You'd be surprised how many times you go into a house and people never tell you, like, hey, you can use the bathroom.
Well,
Right.
because they don't want anybody like Skip shitting up their bowl because people like him clog it.
Well, because I've heard it's food in, food out, but
Skip was just saying before at the bar that when his
I'm a
digestive
conveyor
tract
belt.
is a conveyor belt. Whenever he eats, something comes out also.
Yeah,
Exactly
so
that
whatever,
amount.
You ate my phone.
the
What
mass that
happened?
comes in, it pushes out the other end like a continuous, like a picture like a locomotive train on a track. Yeah, I am so full that if I eat a cheeseburger, like something of equivalent weight will come out the other end.
I want to be responsible for the Nathan's hot dog eating contest next 4th of July. I'm totally in. I can't wait to see what comes out. I don't want to see what comes out the other end. I just want to feel
Speaking
hot
of
dog.
Nathan's, can I just say
God.
that Kayleen's burps today smell like Nathan's all
holy
day long?
shit.
I
I'm so
thought
sorry.
you were
This
the
is-
only one.
No.
You, by the way, have the stinkiest. Listen, I am known worldwide. By the way, my slogan, my tag phrase is "smell it." Okay, because
Hashtag smell it.
Yeah, hashtag smell it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was the first one to tell you. If I'm farting, I'm telling you. I won't even like try to hide it. I'm just like, yo,
Trying to
smell
light
it.
them on fire
I
all the
own it.
time.
I'm like, check it out. Yeah, you're like the burp master, and for somehow or another, I don't know, but they always smell like hot dogs.
Because
I could be on the other side of the house. I think I'm in fucking Nathan's or something.
Yeah, and I had some barbecue, and they're just coming up to say hi whenever they want. It's not even like I get a
Yeah.
good belt, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes, little
Your
sauerkraut
microphone
mustard.
smells
We're
weird.
good.
Yeah, you're gonna want to bun around this microphone when I'm done.
You know
with
what? That's really crazy because like the twoest, like the hottest chicks on television right now. You both stink. So
Yeah,
there you go.
I used to be able to belch my name.
That was
like
a good-
Nice.
Yeah,
What do you
thanks.
got? You got something there, Bedell? Can you give us something?
No, I can't
Nothing.
do it on command.
Oh my god. Oh, you need to hear what comes out of her. I swear to God, it's like you cannot even believe the sounds that come out of her. It's like it's not possible for a body that size
Is it weird
to
as a
produce.
lady? If, it's so sexy. High five.
Oh
Rocket.
my god!
Yeah,
I tell her all the
yeah.
time when she
Yeah.
burps like that. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so hard.
Right? Like, hey,
I'm
you
so turned
you
on.
want to talk about pliers and crowbars and you belching? I
Oh,
think you
yeah.
guys have a happy Valentine's night coming
Oh
up.
yeah.
A little bit of tool.
We got
coolage.
burps, farts, crowbars. We're good, man. We're good.
Hammer Nails podcast.
Hey, thanks everybody for coming back to Hammer and Nails podcast. We really want to thank Kayleen McCabe for coming back here and joining us, and we
Yeah,
really
super
appreciate
excited.
you guys
Couldn't
coming.
wait to see you.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so with that being said, we want to remind you guys that check out the hammerandnailspodcast.com. Don't forget to mark your calendars for April 9th at Hofstra to come visit me and Skip between 12 and 3.
Check out KayleenMcCabe.com. Nice! That's what I'm fucking talking about. You see what I'm saying? Yes!
Don't forget, we love you guys.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.